wait for him to walk away, and then I'll get up, crack my knuckles, fluff my jacket, like the lapels, and then walk in the other direction. Just mutter, fucking fishnets.
Okay.
Something many people have muttered in the past.
As you move away, Redtail, I imagine you carried on sort of moving, and there's no further disruption from the drone.
I will say, like, I'm just gonna give Redtail a call and just be like, didn't hear anything. Don't know if anyone's in there or not, but nobody came out, and we didn't hear any movement inside.
So I would be waiting for the drone to lose interest
It does fully
and
eventually turn
disappear,
around and move away.
and then I probably would approach the van at that point.
Okay, so can you give me a stealth as you are?
Stealth. Ooh, okay. So that was a 10. Hang on, that was a nat 10.
Ooh.
So that's
Nice.
14, and that's 25.
Okay.
Nice.
The Redtail disappears into the shadows and moves closer to the van. You manage to get all the way up to the back, like double doors. You can tell, you give it a little feel, it is locked. So this would need.
Is this my security tech thing?
Yes.
I was gonna say, this Rocker Boy stats, now I'm actually looking at it, it's insane. Some of the,
Rockaboy's thing, actually, yeah, mad.
I've been just like looking through some of this stuff. I'm like, fucking hell.
I don't know if they were made even.
Well, Rocker Boy, like, he's just not very perceptive.
And again, I think one of the things that I'm noticing from having played both versions, that having dumbed it down, that it leans some ways than others. Because like there is some of the, I'm pretty sure there is some solo stuff that you can just add to combat. I'm pretty sure that there's like stuff you can upgrade later that is like.
There's also skills that other people don't have. Like, so like Mover has conceal and reveal object.
Yeah.
Or tactics.
So my security tech, guys, was a 20.
Okay, so you get up, you pull out. You probably got a little device that's
I have a thing. Do I have a thing in my hand? That's like a screwdriver and a thing. I have like a little hand.
Yeah, your hand sort
thing.
of detaches. Yeah. You manage to peel back some of the pieces and start fiddling with the wires and the mechanics while messing in the key, and before, and it opens up.
Very nice.
And sort of move it aside and look in. You can see that inside it is like it's a classic security surveillance van. There's a desk, 2 computers that are double monitored, and you can see a stack of hard drives, like on the other walls.
So I'm gonna just mutter out the door. Someone probably needs to keep a lookout, and then I'll get in. And I'm assuming one of them might get in with me, but
we're not together, I don't think.
No, I imagine you've linked up on a call. So even though you're not like together, so because it's a big car park, right? So you could have been walking opposite ends, and you've not made it out of the car park yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was walking away, kind of, to try and like maybe bring the drone with me because it's paying attention to me to try and. But then I'll turn around and carry on using my teleoptic cyber eyes just to have that enhanced vision so I can look from far away.
On a group call, I'm gonna just ask who should go because I don't think you and I should be seen again together.
No, so that's why I'm gonna go like ages away.
He can.
And I've got enhanced vision and zoom in, so I can do it from a distance, and then I can just call on you to react.
Well, then in that case, then I'm going to stealth towards Redtail.
Okay.
To jump in with her.
Okay.
That is a 17.
Yep. Okay, you very easily managed to sneak up to the back door of the van. So just so you're aware, obviously, because again, and if you don't have to, you have the skill lists, so maybe have a look at some. Like for example, conceal reveal object. That's your ability to conceal a weapon on you. So I fully imagine Mover actually is able to conceal a shot, like a sawn-off shotgun style thing in a jacket, because you have a crazy conceal reveal skill. But yes, so
yeah.
Yeah.
oh, Redtail, you would see the fishnets appear at the door. Mover, you sort of what sides do you want to have predominant view of? Because obviously you could set up so that you can see the like back door and the sides, or you can see the front and the sides. What view are you trying to position yourself for?
So who are we talking to here?
Mover,
To
sorry.
Mover.
Sorry, what? I was
Yeah,
reading my
no.
skills.
No, don't worry. Where do you want to position? So you can either position so that you can see the back door and the sides of the van, or you can move around so you can see the front window. You know, like the bonnet and the sides of the van. But or you can go for a full side on view if you want. But where are you positioning yourself?
So I'm gonna go for a full side on view of the side that I'm assuming the van, they've got it slid open on a side door,
No,
not a
so
back
they've gone
door.
in. They've gone in through the back. It's got back. It's got back and side.
It's got back and side. It's gone through the back. Okay. Then I'm gonna go side on to this to the side that's got most of the car park showing.
Okay, perfect. You position
Yeah.
yourself. Do you want to give me a stealth to sort of position yourself in an area that doesn't look too conspicuous? Fishnets, are you fully getting in the van and sort of peeking out the back door sort of thing, or are you fully shutting yourselves in?
I'm going to assume we shut ourselves in.
Okay. And
Because
Yeah,
otherwise, if
I
something
got
was to look, they're going to see a door open.
yeah, no, that's it.
I got a 15 for that stealth.
Okay, so you position yourself in a small area of like it's like plants and shrubbery, and you sort of position yourself low down in there. Redtail, I assume are trying to leave a little back door for you to hack into
That's
when
the
it's
plan.
live.
Yeah.
So can you give me a electronics and security?
That was a 16.
Okay, so you pull around the back of one of the computers, jack in for a moment. You would see as the data screen starts to read different bits. You would. It takes a minute or two. You come up against some security, and you know that this would be a lot harder if there was a person in the chair. So like, there's nobody manning it right now, so it's not at full alert. But naturally, it has a level of security which not all devices do. Definitely gives you the impression it's like high grade military tech, basically.
Okay.
But you think you are able to leave yourself a little back door.
Cool. Is there anything when I'm in there? Is there anything else that looks interesting that I might clock while I'm rooting around?
Give me a perception.
17.
Okay, so you take a quick glance around, and most of it looks fairly generic, but you do find a section like almost if you think like behind the driver, there's a long lockbox, and it is locked, but it gives you the impression of, and we don't really have them in England, but in America it can be more common. But it's like a weapons case for a vehicle.
Okay. I suppose breaking into that would sort of alert someone though that we'd been in here.
But most likely,
Mm.
unless you
gonna-
rolled really well to put it back how it was.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I think I'm happy
But
to.
you would be able to note it's a long arm, so it's either a
Mhm.
rifle or a long
Shotgun or
shotgun.
something.
So, but
Okay.
it gives you the knowledge that whoever's in here would have access to that.
Yeah, they're gonna be armed. Okay. Yeah. Well, once I'm done and I've uploaded whatever I need to, I would just say to Fishnets, come on, let's shoot.
In that time movie, you don't see anybody approach the van. Nobody gives you any suspicious looks.
Cool.
Fishnet. And fishnets and Medtech are able to move away, slinking away into the neon flashing lights of Night City.
Mm.
Any other things that you want to do before?
We did just want to see, and we can do this on our way out. I just wanted to see the south entrance. I wanted to make sure that I
You
understood.
did look, yeah. So it's you will have seen it because
Yeah.
it from on the end of the.
I mean, it's labeled storage, was it?
There was a door labeled
the
storage.
door.
That's
So
got
the
a stairway.
in it's the toilets near the south entrance. There is a door labeled storage.
Right.
So I would just want to be aware of where that is.
Is it like just a normal door? Is it like kind of a casting door?
No, it's a double. So it's currently fully shuttered. But it's your classic like big shopping mall. You know, really wide, really tall.
Can we see a sign on the south side that says like points towards toilets? Like,
Not on the outside. You would know that they will be inside the.
Can we like see through the shutters at all? Like,
You would have to get a lot closer. Give me a difficult perception if you're trying to do it with your zoom in. But other than that, you would have to get a lot closer. There's still the construction crew that are like, they're a good 20-30 minutes into putting the lights and stuff up. The signs are up now declaring the Christmas event.
Are
When
we
you said
going to assume? Sorry, Paul. Go on.
so when you said difficult perception, is that like same as disadvantage?
No, just I'm telling you the DC is going to be high.
Ah, right. Okay.
Are we going to assume that the mall will be shut tomorrow if there's this big event going on
No,
tomorrow night?
theoretically, it should go as usual.
All right. I got 23.
Okay. 1 second. Sorry, let me actually check that. Maybe it would be shut. No, I don't think it should. 1 second. No, there is just a general shopping event on, and there'll be other things, and the mall is having an event, but upstairs is the.
In which case, maybe what we need from a disguise point of view is nice enough clothes that we could look like shoppers and get in here early and then hide in the mall.
What's wrong with my clothes?
Isn't that? But we need to see if this roadie thing works either.
Well,
also
yeah,
the-
I mean that might happen too, but
the disguises as well that they were going to get that Frost was going to get you. That is, they were going to get you fancy clothes that mean that you being in the mall is not sus.
Right.
However,
okay.
it does mean again having to think about how you're going to hide your weapons, or if
mean,
you're going to leave them behind.
I mean, if we can be there as roadies, then cool. If that doesn't happen, then I don't know if it's worth us trying to get in here, find somewhere to hide, let them shut them all up. We're already inside the building at that point. But there's no way I can walk through here in my normal clothing and not get clocked.
No, we'd have to use the disguise.
Yeah.
At best for that, yeah.
I mean, if we can get fairly nondescript but good quality disguise clothing, maybe it does for either, right? It does it for the roadies or for blending in.
Mhm.
I mean, I can get us real roadies clothes. That shouldn't be an issue.
But we don't know if you're going to get the gig, right?
No, but if not,
Mm.
I know roadies.
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, kiss you close.
Yeah.
Most of them just need a bit of like a shot of absinthe. And they'll be fine. Absinthe.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I think we head back to
To your respective homes. And,
something more comfortable.
I thought you were a solo.
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
I thought you were a solo to mover.
Mhm.
People going down in these days. It's maybe it's an age thing.
Red Tail's leaving. It's like, I'm
No,
not fucking, I am
I
not
thought this was
fucking
us
packing
walking.
you up.
I thought this was us walking away.
We're
Yeah.
all going to our different houses, so I'm just
Oh,
gonna give you a look.
Yeah, I am not being around to have to heal either of you. I am
Flick
fucking
my
off.
jacket, which will temporarily show off the shotgun, which I've got loaded. Hold in there and be like, it's all just an act, mate. And then I'll turn a corner to head towards my place alone.
Okay.
see that.
As I'm walking alone, I'm gonna try and call Frost.
Okay. You call through to Frost. It rings maybe a few times before. Jumbo, how's it going? Any problems?
No, I think we're all set. We've got a few different plans, a few different routes. I just want to make sure we're covering all bases. So it'd be good if you could hire another guy for the same job. Don't tell the others though. And then I'm gonna say the name, but I'm gonna whisper it to you.
All right, but if whoever gets it gets the money, yeah.
I know. You win after all.
Crazy bastard. Hang up.
Yeah.
Okay, you each head back to rest and prepare for the day after. Okay, so you all wake in the morning, fishnets, your internal agent rings. You pick up Jumba. There's my favourite artist. We've got a had to pull some strings. I'm gonna warn you, they don't like the idea. But I've got you a gig. Only the clean stuff, obviously. And seriously, man, they warned me. Apparently, Medtech's gonna have some major security there for some some party that they're having. The but should you need to be there 6 p.m. Play through play an hour. Chat up some of the fancy peeps. Maybe go into a shop, buy something. I don't know.
Cool, bro. I knew you got this. Good. I think you said your name was Sam.
Sammy, yeah.
Sorry. Oh, nice one, Jackie. I really appreciate that.
You're a fucking cunt. Fuck us. But yes, you have secured, at least in the mall section, a gig that should allow you to enter as a band. You do need to call. Oh, had you decided if you were solo or a band?
I said I was in a band.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to call up your band members.
Okay, so cool.
You give them all a call and say that some of them are like, fucking today, bro, at the mall. What the fuck?
Think of the bigger picture, bro. Just shut the fuck up and play.
Okay, and that will be set up for 6. So, there are some disguises delivered. So you for the boys some nice fine suits, and to be fair, Red Tail, are you male or female? I haven't asked.
Male.
Okay, so suits all round.
Women can wear suits.
They can, but this is
It's 2077, bro.
yeah,
All right,
fucking
let's
true.
just say you can't tell.
Yeah. It's there's a range of fancy clothes that turn up. If you want to go that route, obviously fishnets would give you the bell to tell you that there is a gig.
That's good.
Okay.
So you guys just get your involved. Just say that you're with us. You could be roadies or something.
We could
Have
be
you-
your security, right? Or
There you go. Done.
your electronics people, whatever. I don't know.
I was gonna say like pack a few extra guitar boxes and drum cases, and we could hide some helpful
Plastic
things in there.
explosives. Yeah.
Well, it'd be good to get this in. I've got a shotgun, so if there's a case, we can get that in.
Yeah, I'd say very easily with Mover's conceal skill, you can chuck him an old guitar case, and he can easily fit both shotguns in one guitar case. And then for your assault rifle, what you're going to go for, Mover?
Assault rifle. I am
It can go in
going.
a case as well, but obviously I don't know if you want to have it in something different.
So the suit I'm imagining has it's going to be one that's almost like a half suit. So it's got on one side is the standard suit, and then the other side is like almost like a high fashion like strap, and then the strap's going to have metal on it, metal rings on it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to fashion the assault rifle to line up with that and hide it.
Okay.
I take I need a roll for that, but
You will, and you are going to have to take it sort of apart a little bit. It will be sort of you'll have the components of it all ready to go.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, roll
yeah.
me, give me a conceal roll.
What is it? Get +2. Should get a +2 on this as well. I think that's already added, but I'm not sure. Oh, 10. Oh,
Okay,
no.
so
No. That was
you
a 10.
rolled a 10, right? Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Roll it
So
again.
I got it's 34.
Jesus. Okay.
I rolled a 10 and a 9.
Yeah, man. Okay. So yeah, you've like unscrewed the barrel. That's like sort of resting in the bottom as a piece. You've got like the handle as like almost like decoratively placed, hanging off the chains, and then the barrel and main bit is sort of like across the down the long suit jacket. Um, and yeah, as he steps out in front of the two of you, you would not be able to tell that he has an assault rifle on his person. To be clear, a metal detector or any other sort of thing like that would pass, obviously. But
We might
you
also have a
didn't see any of
small.
those. You didn't see any of those on the door.
Yeah, but I could just say it's my jacket. Like I could take the jacket off and then.
I also have a small knife. I'm imagining I might just like that might be in a sock or a.
And again, it depends. So, are you going for roadies or security? Because again, if Redtail you went to security, you having a knife on you as security is not.
I'm thinking I go with security. And I wear the nice suit.
Mm-hmm. And Mover, are you going to go with security or go with more of the like helpers carrying all the heavy stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna go as a helper because that explains the like why I'm a little bit more like flashy in style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm mainly trying to fit in upstairs, kind of going like that
Mhm.
high fashion chic. It should be able to fit me in more when we get up to the higher levels.
Yeah, whereas I'm aiming for that sort of very simple, elegant, not flashy sort of look.
Mhm.
I've seen loads of corporals walk around all my life, so I know what they're like.
Okay. So, you would wait for the appropriate time. Fishnets. Just because you would probably know this more than Chris would maybe know this. Are you planning to let any fans know you're doing a performance? Like, this definitely isn't the crowd at the scene, and you do know that your fans are likely to destroy some shit if they turn up to this place, but it is still up to you.
The way I see it is that would be a brilliant distraction of people. Like, just have them wreck the absolute fuck out of everything. But then the issue with that is that I would be very heavily recognizable in the band. So that would be, if we're trying to sneak upstairs, quite the awkward.
Yeah, and if you
conversation.
want to leave it as that, that's what that. Like, I just wanted to put it out there because as the performer you are,
Yeah, go on then.
Oh
okay.
no!
So what is your plan? How are you gonna put the message out there? Are you gonna be as blatant as like get on Insta Live and shout out about it, or are you gonna
Yeah,
try
pretty
and
much. Big gig. Shows the corpos what we've got.
Seriously, mate.
I like it.
So the way I see it is that on stage, I'm going to be quite reserved because I'm not the lead. I'm not the lead person. I'm a lead guitarist. There's other people in this band. I just have to fade away a little bit,
Okay.
and I'm not going to stoke anything. Probably.
Okay, the plan needs to be then.
Probably.
Red Tail, the plan needs to be then, if it all kicks off, we've got to grab fishnets and like we're ushering them away.
See?
Okay.
So
I mean, we don't
I
just
mean-
leave
I mean,
him
that
and let
could-
him get fucked up. I mean,
Well, then we look like shit. Well, you'd look like shit security then, wouldn't you? So.
or
Which
maybe I'm
means at the
protecting
night-
the lead singer and letting him get his head kicked in.
I mean, that works. That works for me. That works for me, and I'll just cast eyes over to fishnets going.
You mess up this 10k for me, you're in deep shit.
What was your plan? Chaos creates fun, and it creates opportunity. If the
But does
people,
it create money?
yes. How do you think these people made all their like zillions?
Hmm.
Okay.
Chaos of war.
with the time ticking upon us.
but they made the Chaos and War. They didn't interact in the Chaos and the War. You're putting yourself right in it. So Chaos and War is fun if you're the ones controlling the
Well,
board.
He's had his warning. Let's see
Yeah.
how this goes down.
Okay, so you coming down to the time needing to arrive. You know that if you're on at 6, you sort of expected to arrive at 5:30. What time are you
Least.
planning to? What time are you arriving?
I think we get there for 5 at least. I think we're there really early.
And to be fair, this is a point where you can separate because fishnets. What like would you turn up to a gig really early?
No. And definitely sober.
But roadies would be
And
there
there is,
early.
no, this is the team might go, so it
Yeah.
might this way it might make sense that maybe Red Tail, if your
That's,
security,
this is what I was
Okay.
thinking.
I could be
I should
checking
be
things
with the
out.
band.
I'm saying let's go at 4:30. And then as we're going through, because we've got extra cases.
Mm-hmm.
In some of
Let's
those cases, can we have the other disguises as well? Did we say that?
Yeah.
So
You
then
can very
that way-
easily
Yeah.
have a different set of disguises in one of the cases.
Yeah. And then
Cool.
That's not even needed to be hid, to be honest. You could be doing clothing changes in between performances, right? Like a duffel bag full of different, and maybe put some really showy sequin thing on top of it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
what I want to try and do in that setup is because we've got extra bits. It's like try and sneak them into the storage at the time, so then they're
Yeah.
already in that corridor for us, so we don't have to worry about grabbing other stuff. We just grab fishnets and get to that corridor.
Because I can be doing a general check of entrances and exits, right, as part of my security checks. That gives me a reason to be there.
I've got 2 questions for you, Liam. One, in where mixed with all this disguise stuff, can there be like some makeup?
Yeah.
Like, I want a good amount of makeup. Because and I presume we can easily get like a few bottles of water and stuff. I'm going to go to this gig very much face painted,
Okay.
and then I can wash it all off, and then I'm going to put when we all put on our new disguise, use a lot of makeup to try to cover up as much tattoo as possible,
Okay.
and just to kind of, and then I'll even brush my hair for you, Redtail.
Do what the fuck you like with your hair. I just want my money.
Yeah, but that way, not recognizable chaos is happening.
Okay,
Whatever,
we got
man.
a
Okay,
plan.
so Mover and Redtail. I will say for speed, Fishnets probably gives you the number of one of the other uh guys that are going to set up, sound guys or whatever, that's going to go and set up, and you're able to slip in with them as you arrive. So as you arrive to the Silver Plaza, you can see that the Silver Plaza is bustling with the energy of people shopping. It's almost a hustle and bustle now. The car parks are packed, and you can see that there's the different like full blown advertisements. There's people out in suits throwing out freebies. There's like trying to get people into places. What you would see very clearly is the hum of drones passing overhead. You notice 5 in total. What you would notice, Mover, as you scan them over with your telescopic, is that 4 of them are plain black, whereas one of them is the same one you saw last night that's almost Militech design. If that makes sense. So there's one that's distinctly different. You think there's the 4 black ones are probably attached to the van. But similarly, that the van wasn't running last night, but that other drone was up. That's probably on a different system.
Network.
Yeah, makes sense from a security company. Um,
Yeah.
But we've
so
now got a back door into that, don't we?
Well, I was going to say,
well, you've got a back door into the 4, the 5th, but it does at least. But sorry, to continue what you see, you hear the hum. You would also notice very distinctly Militech Corporation. So you would see the security that are with them all wearing generic security stuff. Walking around in pairs are red and silver armor clad Militech agents. You know that red and silver is the I believe that is the colors of Militech. And they've almost been like jazzed up and made almost to be fitting in with the Christmas affair, but very distinctly. You would also see hanging around a mix
A
of
Christmas tree.
Yeah. You see a mix of people sort of as you're approaching and you begin unloading the vans. They would have directed you to the main to the west entrance, as they're sort of say they're going to position you just after the bend. So they're sort of going to position you in the long section for the most viewage, but put you down so that they can still hear you on that end. You see a mix of people, suits with expensive adornments, families buying overpriced toys. You would also notice that around the back sections, and you sort of as you're pulling in and moving towards the west gate, along the long side of the L, a group of people that just immediately don't fit in. They look very sketchy. And you see a few rusty, roughed up motorbikes that seem to be sort of positioned and sat on some overturned boxes. I think both of you would recognize a booster gang. So in this world, boosters are one of the main drugs sold. They do as they say on the tin, in that they put you way up for a while, but the side effects are horrific. And you see that this Booster gang covered in tattoos, dressed like some form of deranged elves with their tops too short and like small little elf hats. You see that literally as one of the Militech drones swoops close, they like one of them throws a rock up at it and it's like, yeah, fuck off. As it sort of the rock flies past and it sort of moves through.
And the security guys aren't moving them on, doing anything about it.
So you can see that as you give me a perception as you sort of looking into that as you're getting a bit closer, the van starts to unload. You would notice as the van pulls up full and starts to unload, some people that are wearing all the same sort of clothing are starting to sort of gather around the car parks. And then as they get closer, you start to notice band t-shirts and other things. And I'll give Fishnets a moment. Is Fishnets the band or is what's the band name? And I'll give you a moment to have a little ponder on that. But
that was 17, Liam.
okay,
24.
so definitely Mover. You notice that the drone that had the rock thrown sort of like swoops off, but it takes to a position where it can see, and you can see that there is a few different Militech pairs sort of pairing up and talking and like talk. And I'd say that Redtail, you probably missed the ear talk, but for Mover, you definitely see some like they're definitely talking in comms. So they're definitely maybe going to do something, but also you would know this. The issue with dealing with booster gangs is they've got fuck tons of booster. So when you challenge them, 6 normal average dudes all boosted up is a major problem. And if you don't tackle them right, there's a level of actually, if we just leave them there, they're going to throw some rocks at shit. They're going to scare they're going to, annoy some of the customers. But do we want a full scale fight with guns on our hands?
Are the Militech guys distracted enough for this to be a good time for me to check out either whether my back door worked or to actually go and have a look at the storage room near the toilets?
So I'd say
if their attention is
they're
pointed that way.
definitely a little distracted. As the band start to move in and are being led, you would see that they're greeted by a small, scrawny, almost weaselly-looking man that is has like events coordinator on a golden little tag by the name is yeah, the band, yes, well, some of the band, follow me, we are going to set up in the main atrium. And they
I
sort
know
of
the name of the band.
But what's the
Psychosis.
cyber psychosis? I like that. They're like, yes, follow me. Please be careful. And they sort of they will start moving through, and you notice that some of the mall security start making way for the customers. But for the most part, even though it's quite busy in here, everyone's fairly, moving quite taking the time. And it immediately, for those of you that grew up in the in the psychofish, it's that difference between the really rich and the really poor. Of that, everyone in here is just taking their time. They're having a leisurely day out, doing some shopping. No one's rushing anywhere. There's, all the shops have attendants and things. That it's very very upper class. And as you're moving through, you would see a few of the members of the crowd giving sort of side eyes towards this band they've definitely never heard of. That is moving to set up in the main atrium. Sorry. You would be able to keep to go in and set up, and inside Red Tail, the security. There's definitely you would gather over maybe 5-10 minutes that they're sweeping still. There's almost a level of they're kind of doing a last check like you're doing. You know what I mean? Like they're sweeping the building for things. You notice that while they seem to be sort of just patrolling, every now and again one of them will look behind something, or they'll scan over something. Mover, you do notice that it doesn't seem cyber built in, but in every pair, one of them has a helmet on with a scanner, like an eye covering, that you know is like a tack helmet that provides heat, infrared, or like it provides a variety of visual options. And you would see them very specifically, both Redtail and Mover. You would see them very, very specifically looking over things, scanning over a few things, checking in closets, in doors. So I would say it's almost even, if that makes sense, Redtail. If it was D&D, I would be giving advantage for the guys outside, but disadvantage for the fact they're currently doing a sweep. So it's as good a time as any to pop to the toilets and try and
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking and doing almost a sweep, a really obvious.
Yeah.
And again, occasionally putting my hand to my ear and sort of looking around, and then I'm gonna just work my way behind where the band's being set up,
Mhm.
but quite methodically, doing a proper sweep, but working my way all the way around to the back.
Okay. Give me firstly a performance, which I don't know if you have performance, if not persuasion, to
Yeah, I only
to
have persuasion.
to act out the. I think there's acting actually. I think there's
I
one of the
don't have
skills.
that either. But
But
yeah, that's
persuasion
a
will do.
15.
Okay, so you sort of move around and then give me a perception to sort of gather and see what you can
That's in that one.
roll again for me.
Okay, so I rolled a 9, so is that -8?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then do I add
Then you
my
add your skills,
actual,
so yeah, you still have your skill.
so perception. So that gives me a total of 6.
Okay,
Great.
so Redtail, you move through, and you're like, it's one of those things where you're like following the sign for the toilet, and then you're not at the toilets, and you're really struggling in the hustle and bustle and all the shops and the ads jumping out at you to find the toilet. And I'd say probably in the end, an attendant would sort of be like, can I help you at all?
Um, yeah. I wanted to check out any other entrances, any toilets, any places people might want to hide.
One of them, are you like security with the
Uh,
band?
Security with the band. You know
Yeah,
what these fans are like. I mean,
yeah.
anywhere they go, they get mobbed.
I hope not too rowdy. We are, and you sort of look behind the attendant, and they work for like a glass ornament store, so that like the crystal figurines and
Yeah. No, I don't think they'll get back here, but I just wanted to make sure. You know what it can be like.
give me another persuasion as you're talking.
Posh version of a cabbage stall.
12.
So, yeah, I mean, we've got the Medtech guys as well, I suppose tonight. Yeah, just down that way, it's sort of behind, and you sort of look round, and it's almost like behind a set of stairs. So there's like as you walk into the mall, there's a set of stairs that go up onto like a balcony level,
Yeah.
and tucked down behind them, you see the
Right.
corridor that's sort of leading towards the toilets. And as you sort of make your way, you sort of like take a look, you make your way down it. You can see that there's two. They're actually single toilets, so there's like
Okay.
four like your family size toilet sort of
Yeah.
things each pod. So there's enough room to do changes and all those sorts of things. But they're
Yeah.
nice facilities, and it's sort of like you touch it and it slides to the side. As you're moving down to it, there is 3 doors down the right. One is marked like maintenance.
Okay.
One's marked danger with an electrical sign.
Yeah.
And one is marked storage, the furthest one down.
So can I go down and I'm almost just checking that each door is locked, right? Just and when I get to the storage one, are these locks like keys or are they electronic lock?
Electronics.
Okay. Is
Well,
there
you don't see any
anybody?
keys, but as you try them, they are locked.
Yeah.
As you're trying them, you sort of try the first one, you try the second one,
Mm.
and as you're getting to the third one, two Medtech sort of.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Can we?
Yeah. Just checking that there's nobody down here.
Yeah. Okay. The door through there is protected off limits, even to the band. Make sure they know that.
Yeah, cool. I mean, and I'll rattle it and go. Just checking it was locked, mate. Don't want any
me-
crazed fans down here.
Give me a persuasion.
Oh, better. Okay. 19.
Okay, you see that they and as one of them, the one that's sort of like a helmet but no face covering.
Mm.
So it's sort of like, oh, okay, and then the one with the face covering suddenly is fucking one of the guys outside's pulled a gun, and they sort of like
Mm.
move and like so they sort of nod at you like, yeah, okay, and then they just sort of head off.
If they go, is it possible to unlock that storage door? I don't want to go into it. I want to unlock it for later.
You taking a look can see it looks like there is a key card
Okay.
access. You know that you could, but so essentially getting
it.
it open not hard.
Yeah.
Getting it open but pretending to be, because again, you don't want it to not work when somebody presents a key card, or even just like they come up and it doesn't beep and then they have
I was almost wondering like about jamming the lock. Like if I can get it open, then push it back too. So I'm not damaging the electronics, but the actual the latch inside, whatever keeps it shut,
these
is
are sliding.
right. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, so all these doors are
I was
sliding
imagining it with the
to conserve the space, they're all sliding doors.
You can
Right.
hack them.
You can definitely hack them, and again, you looking at it for Red Tail, obviously, fastest route would just be to get somebody's key card, and
Yeah.
it doesn't
No, and
look like it's been installed, if that makes sense. So it looks like it's more. It's
yeah.
not like a Militech security
No,
thing.
it's just I don't want to leave it wide open and make it really obvious, so that's fine. Is this a good time though to check into my back door on the van and have a
Yeah, I
look
mean,
at
I'd
the
say you probably
drone
think maybe like actually head into a toilet. You can sort
into
of
a cubicle?
go into one of the cubicles and lock the door, and then give me an electronics and security as you bring up the
Ooh,
data.
that was a nat 10
Ooh,
and then a 9, so that's
nice.
19 plus I can't count 31.
Okay, so you make the link and you begin to connect, and then only because you got a 31. You start to get the camera feeds, and like for a millisecond, another program opened and then closed. And you're immediately exactly that start like close, and you get the view of the drones, and you do have access to the drones. And as you're starting to look, your like location on the device pings up,
I'm
and
out.
I would
I'm coming out.
so I would say as you so firstly that's a net runner. They're moving like that's that they can do multiple things faster than you can type.
To be honest, as soon as that other program, even if I didn't see what it was, I'd be like not expecting that.
Okay. And I'll say with the 31, you pull like almost, I'm gonna say then it's like you start shutting stuff down, and as location is starting to go up, you just cut the
Yeah.
cut the feed on that just because it was such a good roll.
Yeah. I'd like I said, it's anything suspicious at all, I'm out again.
What you will know is that's gonna put suspicion. Their net runner will now be watching for hacks.
Okay.
However, what you also know is that the hacking of anything that is mall security definitely is on a different network if it has a net runner at all. Do you know what I mean? Like Militech, the drone shit, they have a Netrunner. That's definitely confirmed. But that will be to hack Militech stuff. You would know that as like the.
Okay.
So they don't. It's not that they'll auto detect you hacking the key cards, for example, because that's mall security network.
Stupid Emma question. You're saying hack the key cards, but does that not mean I need a key card?
No, as into you can.
A machine.
You mean
can
hack
trick
reader.
the
yeah,
pretend?
the reader. Yeah,
Right.
you make the reader think it's being shown a valid.
Okay.
But that you can do when you need to get in. But I'm just letting you
Mm.
know, so it's not whole plan out the window because they're on the
No.
watch.
Okay.
Militech security will be a little bit up.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do a lot of swearing and then I will head back out to see how Move is doing.
Okay. Can you also? Oh no, I'm not gonna ask. That's gonna go fine. So as you get out there, the band's sort of setting up the stage. Mover, you've been helping. Where do you want to position the different things? Because as they're setting up the stage, obviously, they're sort of marking the spots where instruments will go, and where speakers will go and stuff. Because obviously you're going to get a view of how to set up. And another thing to let you know about for maybe not right now, but for when it's going on, the tactics skill that you have. If you roll high enough, it can give you insight on how people are going to react to things.
Right.
So it's almost like you get like little hints from me about how that NP that enemy would react to this going off or whatever. But you would know that for later, obviously, when the crowd's in and all that sort of stuff. But even now, if you want, you could roll me a tactics and take a little look around about where you need to exit, how you need to move, etc.
Yeah, like I'd like to like map the route from the stage to the storage unit and the shops that are around it.
Okay. So roll me a tactics. You would see that the shops around it, there is a fairly large, fancy clothing. It's more like fashion chic, but you would notice as you're setting up, it is expensive because it is all armored. Like the suits, the shirts, the underwear, it is all nano Kevlar weaved. Protective, for the most executive person that never wants to get assassinated, even when you're in your underwear. Although it's still gonna fucking hurt because it's still like getting punched in the balls, isn't it? But at least it's not.
I'll just like say like it'd be like those are doubly protected. I'm just got to throw it out there. Whoever designed this, I'm going to assume was a man.
Yeah.
Like,
Look, there is only a man that would bother to invent this stuff.
Honestly. And to be fair, it might have been refined since I still only know proper old rules, but yeah, there was like armor for every layer at one point.
Mm.
Yeah, I got a 18 on that.
Okay, so you take a look and you've got two options. The most direct option you think is possible, but it's right now it's clear, but it's going to be full of people. So there's almost like the straight direct route. If you want to go that way, you would need to have a way of clearing the crowd, whether physically or through persuasion or whatever other stuff that you want to do. But you would need to sort of clear a path, otherwise you're going to be wading through peeps. The other option, you notice that they're sort of the band, the other people, sound crew, are sort of setting up the wires and taping down the wires, and they're almost leaving like it's just big enough for like a person to move down, but like an area that they're putting the almost like metal barriers along to stop people moving and pulling the wires and stuff like that. So that would give you an easy off the stage, but then you would have to move along the stores if that, like you'd go down the. And to be fair, looking at it, it's not a bad option because there's some pillars and cover in that side. but just get with the roll, you get a few options in what could be useful in the moment, depending on the situation.
If we're going for pure chaos,
That's my man.
we could position one of the speakers that will then clear a route. So the plan would be to, as the ruckus kicks off, either have fishnets or one of us hid behind a speaker and chuck it off the stage in that direction to clear a path.
Okay, I like how you're thinking. So unfortunately, fishnets isn't here. So it does take a minute of like arguing with the guy who's setting up the stage. Who's like, that's not how they have it set up, bro. They have the tower, and they're like showing you that literally they stack a larger speaker on a larger speaker on a larger speaker so that they can like stand
that's
at
what I was
that.
hoping. But I was hoping that be right in the position where if we push it, it's gonna clear a pathway for us.
I get what you're. This guy is like, that's not how they fucking have it, bro. You don't understand. Fishnets is a cunt. He will chop my head if I don't set up his tower the way he fucking likes it. You want to deal with the fishnets?
I can deal with fishnets all day, mate.
If he comes looking at me, I'm gonna be fucking pointing at you.
Point at me all you want.
Alright. And they will like he'll say it, and again you see like he says to move the speakers, and there's a guy like you. Why would we move the speakers? As fishnets approve this? Like, we'll move the speakers, but they do, and they move this sort of, and it's like not all speakers, but they're sort of like a big speaker with a box, and then like there's a section to sort of allow someone to sort of stand up and almost be up above the band and visible, and they set that up in a way that if you knocked it in the right direction, it could crush some people off the crowd. But
It's
I
up
love
to them
the
to
idea.
react.
I
But
love the idea. It's a great idea. So
if there's some crushed people, that adds to the chaos.
yeah, and are you gonna put the weapons cases near there, near that speaker system, or do you want to put that other places?
I was hoping that we could get in there earlier, but obviously I'm gonna have to wait for Redtail to come back for the information because that's my current plan. But yeah, I'll wait for Redtail.
Yeah, so I'd say Redtail, you come back and are able to join up. I'd say as it's starting, you would notice as it starts to get to maybe like 10 past 5, in dribs and drabs, some of the attendees that turn up, have more security, but also all of them just make their way casually down the shops, maybe purchase a thing, but all moving towards that bottom corner. And within 5 or 10 minutes of them going to the toilet, as it would appear, you just don't see that group anymore in the crowds.
I would like to wander down there. I would tell Mover where I'm going though. And I would also have told him that the back door probably got spotted, that we can't use it.
Okay, so we're gonna have to. Okay, we're not gonna be able to move that down there then because they're gonna know that's there.
I don't think they spotted me. I don't think they know who we are, but they know somebody's tried to hack the drones.
It means we just can't prep the same way. We've got to carry it with us. Yeah. And when I'm doing that, I'll kind of say to the other bands, our fishnets wants a certain strat. Let me just get it out of this case, and I'll kind of reposition them to get them in as much weapons in as little cases as possible.
Yes, but then I will head down and just again, as if I'm doing another sweep, wander down to where the toilets are.
Okay, so as you get closer to the toilets, again, you would notice that there's a pair of Militech guards set up on the corner, And as you sort of approach, they say, "You don't need to worry about this area. We've got you covered. We'll let you know if anything's going down."
Cool, thanks, dude. Did you sort the guys out outside?
It's, moving them on, but they'll probably be back.
I mean, that's all we need, right?
Yeah, and then but it's they're not stopping you from going past the round, but they're just saying we'll watch this area.
I will just say, I think I'm gonna use the facilities while I get the chance and head down to the toilet.
Okay, yeah, you'll be able to head down that way. Okay, and for move it, you wanted to set up anything else in the meantime, or can we move
As
closer
I'm
to the
moving,
time?
yeah, as I'm moving that stuff around, I'm gonna do a quick scan of the area and see if I can see our competitor.
So you don't see your competitor anywhere. Doesn't mean he's not here, but you don't see him.
Okay. I am gonna be on alert for looking out for him.
So as things start to finish getting set up, you would see that more of the people in the vicinity are starting to filter in as, again, these all dressed in similar outfits, spiky colored hair and band cyber psychosis dripping with like almost green goop acid on the shirts. You see that there's like the holographic shirts that almost like the words like twist and turn and wobble as they're walking through. And it's not like this, you know what I mean? It's not like this was a planned concert and there's thousands of people here just for this. But you just notice it. It's like, oh, there's like 3 of them stood over there now, and there's some more just stood watching, like waiting to see, like, what are they going to turn on? And slowly over the next hour or so, maybe 50 of now getting looks from the other shoppers, getting a few confused and like the sort of like at one point you would have seen the band, one of the band members talking with the uh, event coordinator, and you would have seen the event coordinators very much like sort of pointing at other people, and the band guys like, if they, if they turn up, are you gonna move them? Like, I'm not gonna tell them to go anywhere if you want security to move. Like sort of like that's your shit, dude. Like, and you would see a slight increase in the presence of standing guards, both Medtech and Mall, as they sort of getting maybe ready for what they thought was just going to be a performance in the middle of a shopping centre. They're sort of turning into a small gig. But you would also see some interest from some of the like some of the people are like, oh my god, look at those people, and others are like, oh, these people must be like, it must be known if all these people are just turning up randomly. So for and I assume for the mover and red tail, you're just gonna kill out the time a little bit. Do your sweeps, keep
I
up
take
the
it when I go back down to the toilets, I'm not seeing anything there. There's nobody
so
hanging out. It's all
no, when you get down there, you don't see anybody hanging out.
doors are still locked.
Doors still all seem locked. Everything seems
Okay.
fine enough.
But yeah, other than that, I would just be playing my part.
Okay, and same for you, mover.
Yeah, blending in, scouting just in case I see anything. But
Okay. So fishnets.
Oh, one last thing, Liam.
Yes.
I'm imagining that some of the roadies would have walkie-talkies or earpieces or something that they can communicate with each other with.
Yeah, lots of them have internal.
Can we have something like that so that
Yeah,
I
you could
can talk to
definitely
Mover? Because
you could
obviously we
definitely
can ring fishnets, but
yeah, you could definitely have a walkie-talkie and an earpiece borrowed from somebody. It's like a
yeah,
old. It's not like a new thing because
fine for
again,
it
like
to
I
be
said,
old school. Yeah,
a lot of them have the internal pieces now, but they would have them.
yeah, just so that we can communicate if we need
Mhm.
to.
Okay, so and as the time's coming closer and closer, the Silver Plaza is buzzing with all the energy. The shoppers moving past to grab the last minute deals, and above them, giant holographic ornaments begin to twirl and glitter through the air, casting a festive glow across the entire mall. The main stage is set near the center, and a neon lit platform you see as the sound and lights guys start to turn things on. But surrounded by the now beginning to get a bit eager crowd. Fishnets, how are you arriving? The band obviously knows your sitch, and what you like, so they're just prepping to go on.
Hey, they're like me.
No, I think there's definitely some of the band that still turn up like 30 minutes before or like 40 minutes before, that they're not like dead on, because somebody has to set some shit up.
No, but I mean, say like I'd say there'll be at least one other person in the band. I'm going to say it's going to be 4 of us, 5 of us. I say there's 5 of us.
Okay. Yeah, 3 of these are just setting up and getting ready. They know the other 2 will turn up before it starts, maybe. But yeah, how close to the wire is it? What's the entrance?
I'll be a tad early. I'll be like a good like 8 minutes. And then as I kind of come in, I'm going to be like just stumbling in a bit, just with the other guy. Just like as I kind of like walk in, I'm just going to pass, say, any of the fans, and just be like, yeah!
As you do, there is a roar as you start to take the stage. You can see the near. Go on.
I was just going to say, like, I'm not at the stage yet. This is me just coming in.
Yeah, we're going through, but yeah, go on, keep going.
But as say we're kind of going through and say coming back, just be like, I'll look up, say, see, hopefully at this point I'll see someone, and just be like,
yeah, these guys. So Redtail, where are you positioning as the security and mover? Are you joining like the backstage roadie crowd?
Yeah. So I'll be like on the side near that speaker with like ready to be like handing.
Yeah, you would
instruments to
So I'm gonna go to whoever and just be just like, we all set?
as much as we can. Just look to your left. That's not usually where it is, right?
Who the fuck's put that there? I'm gonna fucking kill that guy.
And then I'll look and I'll give him a smile.
Seriously, so like, do you not have one fucking job?
And then I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, boss. Just like, you can kick it down if you want, and then I'll gesture to where I want him to kick it, and then give like a nod. Be like, are you catching my drift?
And I would say, even in your anger, Chris,
Is he catching your drift?
Fishnets, you even in your anger, you're looking at the guy who, the guy that sets the shit up, and he's literally just like hiding behind his footpoint, pointing back at Mover, like, it was fucking him, man. It was him. I swear to fucking God.
Gotta ruin my fucking set.
And you step up to take the stage. You would notice as the crowd gets a little bit louder, all of the Medtech security standing nearby in their signature holiday uniforms, watching the crowd like hawks, and a few twitches on the present but not at ready rifles, if that makes sense. They're like resting in between the 2 arms, but it almost like they tense up a little bit as that crowd gets.
So one of the things that I'm going to be wearing a bandana, all kind of like bright colors, and just because I've got it, I'm covered in glow paint.
Okay.
That is easily wash offable.
Easily.
Yeah, it is. Like, look, he's the musician. A few bottles of water clears this stuff. It's like it's not even there. It's exactly what it is.
I also have some of this stuff, and I wasn't sure what I'd use it for, but okay.
Hey, I've got a video camera as well, but I'm assuming, say, like, does it fly, or do I have to hold that thing?
It's a hold, yeah.
Oh, well.
but you can set it up if you want.
Oh, you guys got loads of stuff compared to me.
I know you got a burner phone.
Yeah, you're a
I'm
legit
old school.
murderer.
Yeah.
But yeah, for fishnets, you could fully. It's probably what happens is you hand it off to, because the other thing that a lot of the runners that are celebs do is sometimes you feel if you're putting it, if your job is sticking it to the man, you might do it and then 3 weeks later upload it to the dark web and like let that shit run, right? Like, so it's up to you how you, because even media sometimes are runners if they're trying to uncover the truth about corporations and stuff.
Actually, yeah, why not? I'm actually gonna put my camera out. It can record up to 12 hours. So
Okay, you would see one of the roadies, like one of the sound guys near the stage, would like clap to catch it and would be like, because obviously he'll get the shots of you, like he's thinking you want to record the gig, right? So
yeah, I'll chuck it and say be there and just be like, make sure you get all the crowd.
okay. So as we flow into this and the band begins to take stage, first of all, I'm gonna have a.
Can I just do one thing that I would have done earlier on?
Yeah.
And that's with my bandmates. Really, because I mean, we're all in the punk scene. We're all kind of like, fuck the system, fuck everything, kind of like thing. I'm going to be like, I'm going to really try to hammer down on them that we need to get our fans into an absolute frenzy.
Are you trying to do this quietly, or are you trying to?
This would be, like I said, could be done before we arrive. Could be done just at some point, a conversation where I want to get them to a point where they're just angry, agitated, energy, like all these things. Just want them to be bubbling.
As you're saying this, and like, so I was, people are going up, they sort of start to set up, the crowd's getting really excited, and one of them like smirks and leans in and goes, technical difficulties, and they like on one of his things, and like, oh shit, and you see the Medtech guy's like, fuck, oh, what the fuck? He's like, sorry guys, sorry guys, and he like heads up on stage, and you see something like, fucking hell, man. Like, and you can see that even some of the shopping goers are starting like looking over, like, what was that? But so I'm gonna ask for a play instrument, and you are able to add your ability.
Oh, I'm going to add 2
Wait,
points.
no, it's not. This is tech. So play instrument is going to be not with, but then I'm going to basically do it that depending on that, you're going to be persuading the crowd to go a certain way, right? Like, so it's
not EMP.
Play instrument is tech. Because it's actually the technical ability. So we're going to go on play instrument is how well we're doing. And that'll modify how difficult your swaying of the crowd goes, and that will be.
Then I'm not going to use any luck yet. I'm going to do that on the next one.
Okay.
So that is a 10.
Nice.
So
roll again.
And that is a 9.
Nice,
so that's 19 plus 11. That is 30.
Okay, yeah. So the band start playing, and despite the initial technical difficulties and the initial noise, the crowd start to enjoy themselves, and you like performing away. Again, it's are you keeping it clean, or do you like open up with like put the police?
Are you doing rocking around the Christmas tree, Slayer, or it's Christmas, or are you doing like Michael Bublé?
We're going to do the first half. We'll start off with a song. That will be like the first half of it. See Me Okay, just put our fans kind of be like, what are these guys? And then we're just going to go.
Yeah, okay, go full blast. Okay, so then give me a persuasion, which will get you bonus.
And then I'm going to use 2 luck points for this.
Okay.
Ooh.
As the band really like kick it into high gear, start like properly playing, you would see the events coordinator does like a pair of like, no, they sort of like come towards move, but they're not coming to you specifically, but they're coming to the group of like sound tech. Oh, no, that is far too loud. We requested. This is not it. What was your
Rolled a 9. Persuasion's 13. +2 for my roll ability, +2 for luck. That's 26.
Okay, so
No, sorry. Hang on. Persuasion 9. Sorry, that's 22. Yeah, 26.
okay, so it's working regardless. But what you say, what obviously it's through the song that you perform. So what song have you chosen to like? Which one of your specific targeted titles? Like who's it aimed at? What are you viling them up against? What's the?
So this is a ballad. And it's called Let All Them Motherfuckers Know.
Okay, and you're going off, and the crowd do. The people start pushing and shoving. The gays start to wobble and move. The Medtech start to like radioing in. You see a few more starting to appear a little bit. And like the lead singer sort of gives you a look like, whenever you're ready, bro.
Now and then I'm just gonna, but then just have the mic just be like, now all you doses dose up.
Okay, and you see that the lead singer sort of takes the mic out, swings the stand over his head, and just slams it into one of the side speakers that is dented and busted and very much used for this fashion. You see that like they start like pulling the stage and like pulling at the barricade. The Medtech people and the more security do start to move in on the crowd, and you give me a D100, Chris.
27.
Okay, so you see that they start like they're like pushing. Like one of the Medtech guys pushes. They're like they're like move back. It starts to get a bit escalating, and you see that as they're like moving towards, you actually notice a small section of the booster gang have made their way in with the crowd, and one of them just grabs the front of the rifle and off in the air. The crowd starts to scream and scatter, and as that happens, that is where we are going to end.
Just throwing out it. Sometimes the best plans are just chaos.
No, that's just Chris. That's just
Yeah,
how Chris
that's
likes
just
it.
Chris.
That's nothing to do with planning
I
or
like
how
nice,
to play the game.
I like nice ordered logical plans.
We like the strategy. I've learned this.
I
DMing for
I
it.
like strategies, and we do strategies a lot.
Oh no,
But this is
if
a
you
one
DM
shot.
for Liam,
Yeah,
you'll
no,
spend
what-
half an hour planning.
Yeah, one shots especially, but I've really enjoyed it. I hope our players have enjoyed their first toe dip into the world of Cyberpunk. Thank you, Dipto. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, I hope you all have a wonderful festive season. Join us next episode to see the finale of our one-shot Christmas episode. Well, I've got to tell you that to be fair, but no, I've got...
Merry Christmassy.
Not
Thank
a teddy
you.
bear.
Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I'm not telling you. Oh, no, I'm not going upstairs. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this small little episode, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. If you're really interested in seeing more Cyberpunk, and it's something that you would like to see us move into some more one-shots maybe, let us know in the comments. And as always, roll well. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.